Greetings to the viewers and fellow subscribers. Today we'll be doing a continuation of part 1, Applied Management and 6, Module 1 Summary. So previously we would have discussed these subtopics on Module 1. So as we continue, we will be focusing on these new subtopics. So I would be explaining or simplifying, giving examples, explanations of these fellow terms. So if you are new to this video, ensure that you start from part 1 and you subscribe for more updates in order to follow a video sequence. So the playlists are there. Also, we have a free public WhatsApp group. So go to the page, our page, and join using the link. So as we begin, ensure that you have your scribbler and pen. So I normally recommend that my viewers, when watching such content, even if it's not my content, they must have pen and scribbler for taking necessary notes that you think may be helpful to you. So now today we'll be looking at the advantages of recruitment plan. Remember, we would have discussed what recruitment is. So recruitment, we know, it's a process of searching for a suitable candidate to fit the a job vacant. So now we will be looking into the advantages of that recruitment plan, right? So my points below this subtopic is that I have about 6 points. I have 6 advantages of a recruitment plan. So the first point being it helps to identify current and future HR resource needs. So how does it help you identify future HR resource needs? Remember, HR are the people that will be reliable for your training, for ensuring your safety, your development. So HR resources, since there are people that will be training you, so it will help them identify the future tools that they would need or how they can best train you or develop you. So this is the advantage of a recruitment plan. It would help you in the future. So let's say, for instance, you are having this particular prospective candidate that you have selected, but we see that there's something smaller that he or she they are struggling with. They have some minor things that they are struggling with. So you would identify the problem. So next time you would need to prepare for the solution. If the same problem comes up, you are able to resolve it. So point number 2, ensures the right type and number of staff is appointed. So the right type, we made an example on our previous video by saying if a restaurant or a hotel applications are open for intake, mostly we know they are attracting people with hospitality and tourism. So mostly they are focusing on people who did hospitality, tourism. So the right staff will be the people that have studied hospitality and tourism. That is the right staff. You cannot just hire anyone. So they need to be having the ability to adapt to the establishment. They must have those technical skills, those technical knowledge and experience of what we will be dealing with in terms of hotel or hospitality overall. So the number of staff will be determined by the type of the establishment. If the establishment is large, you would quite need a high number of employees. If the establishment is small, you might need a maximum of 10 people to maintain it, right? So point number 3, appointing the right candidate in the right job, save time, and eliminates errors. So we said that because you studied hospitality, we would assume you have the abilities to communicate with customers. So it will help us save time in terms of training you how to serve food, how to talk to customers. Those things we wouldn't need to touch on them, because we would assume that because you're a hospitality student, you must be knowing how to deal with customers. You must be knowing how to serve food. So you must know how to serve food, how to present food, and how to clear up the table, billing, all of those stuff. We would assume that you must have the basics, even if you don't have immediate information, but the basics must be there. You know how to read a receipt book. You know how to follow a receipt book. Those will be the assumptions of your employer when they are employing you. So another one is that it helps to anticipate shortage of staff. So proactive measures can be taken. So you would certainly analyze that, okay, we are hiring, let's say for instance we took like 5 hospitality students, and all of them, they seem to be good in culinary, in food preparation. So now you see that if you try appoint one of them in front office as a receptionist, they tend to struggle. So what are you going to do as a HR? You're gonna start wanting to compare people that did something like internal auditing, or people that have did HR as a course, or did admin as a course. So you would want to hire someone with that specific qualification, which is admin. Can do admin, can receive calls, can do bookkeeping. So you would want to consider that, because of, you see that, okay, hospitality students, yes, they can be receptionists, but comparing them to people that have qualification in admin, I would say people with qualification in admin, they tend to surpass the other ones, right? So now your interest will be attracting admin applicants instead of attracting hospitality students. So I hope that point makes sense, guys. So it gives guidelines to select the best suitable candidates. As we said, when you are recruiting, you will be taking the prospective candidates for selection, interviewing, so that you get the best out of the best. So that's the advantages of the recruitment plan. So ensure that you know it, especially in terms of the previous video. I said that the steps of recruitment plan, so you must know them. I think examiner tends to put them close to each other. If they're gonna ask the steps, then the following question might be the advantages, or they might start with the advantages, then the following question is the steps, and then they might ask what is selection, what is interviewing, what is training and development, what is what is it? We said selection, interviewing, recruiting, right? All those kind of definitions that we have explained in the previous videos. So now we are going to be diving on the second point, which is the difference between a job description and a job specification. So now we need you to know the difference. You must be able to distinguish what is a job description, what is a job specification, because when you are applying, you must be aware, you must be able to oversee these things. You must be able to oversee these things. And here's a take about hospitality, guys. You can be HR, you can be a manager, you can be you can play a lot of roles in just one course. So these things, they will help you have the basics, the elements, the abilities to manage, right? If they appoint you as an HR general worker or HR assistant, you must be able to say, okay, when we are about to recruit, these are the things that we will be looking for. So are we going to attract applicants who would meet our job description, or are we going to attract candidates who will be meeting our job specification? So the difference between the two is that when we talk about job description, it's a detailed information of the vacant position. So it's a detailed information of the vacant position. So a detailed could be we need matric only, you must be 18 and 35 years. So that is our job description. Those are our details that we need from you: your proof of ID, your N6 certificate. So that is what we are thinking. That is what we are looking for. People who have a qualification of N4. We are not specifically saying you must have completed your NATED. We are saying if you have N4, you can apply. If you have matric, you can apply. If you have NCV, you can apply. So we basically put in the job descriptions towards the prospective candidates that meet the requirement in order for them to be employed, right? So that is the job description for you. So a job specification, it specifies a job vacant for a specific skill, abilities, and experience, educational qualification. So a job specification, now we are looking for a specific qualification, a specific experience, a specific skill. So job specification will refer to me looking for hospitality students in my restaurant, because I know they have the skills in terms of food preparation, they have the education on how to run a kitchen, because they know that we prepare while we are cleaning. So they know how to serve food. They know they need to adhere with the time of preparing the meals. So my job specification will be focusing on hospitality students. So, or if I say I need a driver, I'm being specific to say I want a driver. So I need someone with a license, a driving license. So I need someone who can drive, who have experience in driving. I would highlight the specific requirement in order for you to be employed. So specific requirements are the things you need, are such as skills, knowledge, experience, the expertise in order for you to be employed. So like example, you normally see experience when you're looking for a job. They normally say we want 5 years experience. They are basing their job specification to a prospective candidate with a minimum of 5 years experience. So you who don't have experience, your chances are likely that you are going to be rejected, or you won't even get a response, because the vacant was specifically looking for someone with 5+ years of experience in that workplace. So get the two, know the two. So there's a table, I think there's a table that we are going to deal with, but I don't think it's here. So for job description, there's a format that normally they can put during your finals that will require you to fill, or they can say you need to draw a job description, then a layout of a job description. They will give you that this person will maybe will be a HR manager, or as this a cooker or whatever. So I'm still going to indulge into that. I'm still going to dive into the depth of the job description and the job specification. So now we're coming to the third point, which is the difference between between internal and external recruitment. So we said we are recruiting. Please forgive me, guys. I have a flu So I just hailed from my flu. So the difference between internal and external recruitment. So now we want to recruit the prospective candidates. Let's say you are working in McDonald's. Because you did hospitality, you have the qualification that you can be a manager. So when we are internalizing, when we say internal, we would be looking for someone inside our establishment who can meet the position. We are not necessarily going to hire a manager outside the establishment, but we want someone inside our establishment. So here's the difference between internal and external recruitment. The internal refers to looking for a suitable candidate within the establishment. That is the shortest version that you can ever get. Whether you write it will force the marker to give you 2 marks. By you saying it's an internal recruitment refers to looking for a suitable candidate within the establishment. So internally, you are looking for someone inside the establishment. You are looking to promote someone. You are looking to hire someone. Let's say you were working there, and then we say, no, we need a manager, and Spare meets our minimum requirements. That means he meets the entry that he can be a manager, she can be a manager, or he can be a manager. So automatically you would be advised to apply. So the promotion will be given onto you to be a manager, from a general worker to a manager. Why? Because you do qualify to be a manager. And then external, we say, hey, we are looking for someone with marketing experts. So we would not assume that our hospitality students, they are experts in terms of marketing. So what are we going to do? Let's first read the meaning of internal recruitment. So internal refers looking for a suitable candidate outside establishment, can be from agencies, tertiary institutions, or offering internships or learnerships program. So when we are externalizing, we are specifically looking. I made an example with marketing. Let's say we are looking for someone with marketing experts. So a student who did marketing stand a greater chance for getting employed, right? So because I know that we can't find one, so we would go and work with agencies that are trying to find job for these marketing students. So what would then happen is that I contact a certain agency would then appoint those students who did marketing, or would recommend those students who did marketing to me. So, or if I upload a job vacant specifically targeting marketing, I'm looking for someone outside my establishment. So I'm looking to hire someone outside. I'm not looking for someone with marketing experts within my establishment, but rather I want someone with experts outside our establishment. So I want someone outside the establishment. So I will be hiring someone outside the establishment, someone who's not working within my establishment. I want someone who's out there. I want to give employment to someone out. I don't want someone inside to occupy the marketing, but I would rather employ more people, which is I will be employing people outside the establishment. So that's what external recruitment is. So the questions that can be asked during a screening interview, these questions can be about four marks. The examiner can tend to ask this question, can ask you at least 5 or 4 or 6 questions that can be asked during interview. So you must be able to say, okay, the first questions that I have is that, tell me about yourself. The reason the examiner might ask this question during your final exam would want to see if you are ready for the work placement. So are you ready after N6? Are you ready for being placed? in work placement. So tell me about yourself. You must be able to sell yourself. Tell me about yourself. So when they say tell me about yourself, you must able to tell who are you, what do you hold. You must not tell the interview about your parents or what. That's not what the HR would want to hear. Tell me about yourself. I am my age is this. I have a qualification in hospitality and being and six the highest. I have a metric with 1 2 3. I've studied additional course for hospitality for 1 year, adding to my curriculum vitae. You are telling me about yourself. You are telling me about yourself for the vacant position. You're not gonna tell me your personal stuff. I don't want to hear your personal stuff. I want to hear things about yourself. Like, who are you? What do you hold? Are you a graduate? Are you a qualified caterer? Who are you actually, right? Then the second question is describe your work experience. Do you have any experience? Yes or no? No, I do not have any experience. But I have done theory part. So you must never say you have experience. You cooking at your institution, that's not experience, guys. So you don't have experience. Must never mess up your CV and say you don't have experience. So whatever you do there, it's part of theory. The real work, it's outside the institution. It's out there where you're going to do your internships. And then the salary requirements inquiry, they might ask you, how much are you willing to earn? Or do you know, as a hospitality student, how much you stand to earn for this position? So you must be able to do your research before you go for any placement. If they offer you salary, they say, tell us your salary inquiry. So you must not ask extremely salaries that cannot be met. So you must ask according to your needs and requirements, guys. You must ask, okay, I would need money for transport, money for food, money for traveling, money for buying food and clothes. You see, your salary must include at least those 5. You must cover those 5 when you are about to discuss your salary. You can say, okay, my starter can be 5K. I think I can live with 5K. So because I was a NSFA student, so I managed to live with 1.7. So calculating that I have to pay rent, I think 5K would do me. So you must be reasonable, right? So that they see that you are not eager for money, but you are eager for learning. You are eager for receiving experience. So another one is that, why do you want the job? Why do you want the job? So you want the job because you want to complete your experience. You want the job because you need money. You want the job because you love being part of hospitality, and you see you are what. You are chasing your career in hospitality. That's why you want the job. So you must be able to stand your ground and tell the interviewer why you want this job. So those questions, they are testing you if you are ready for work. So these questions that I'm telling you, those are the questions that the examiner might ask you. You are not going to answer those questions. You are just going to write question 1 can be tell me about yourself. Question 2, what. So you're not going to be answering these questions, but rather you're going to be listing them. So question 1, this is what the interviewer can ask you. Question 2, question 3, just like that. And then the last question is the skill-based question. What skills do you have? I have the technical skills and interpersonal skills. I can build new relationships with people. The technical side of me is that I have knowledge in catering and hospitality. I have knowledge, I know a lot of stuff. So that's the technical or skill based questions. So now moving to the methods of interviewing. So the methods of interviewing. So here they can have so these methods, I will try and explain them. So there are three. I've got a stress interview, panel interview, group interview. So the stress interview, they are testing your logical reasoning. So let's say, for instance, I say to you as your interviewer, I say, how would you react if someone you hated the most comes here in our establishment and you have to save that person? So I'm testing your stress. So because you will be under pressure, under conflict. So I want to see how best are you able to react under those conditions. Hence, that's why it is called a stress interview. I want to stress you. I want to make you think. How are you going to react, right? How are you going to react towards your enemies should you bound to meet them? How are you going to react? And then number 2 is a panel interview. So a panel interview, 4 or more people are involved. So we will be having a panel, like a sort of, you're going to be 4 of you. We will be asking questions. So the best one to answer it most would be the one to get the job. So a panel is it's a group of 4 people. So you must try to be the best one amongst the 4 so that you can be selected. So that's the panel interview. They're going to insert you in 4 groups, 4. So they pick the best out of the 4. And then a group interview, it can be a group can be 2 different genders, male and a female. So here they test which group of people tend to give better responses. So they can just give you an interview of a male and a female, then they ask you similar questions. According to you, how would you best handle this? According to you, how would you best do it? So they want to see who comes up with better answers, similar to a panel interview. So sometimes you can both get a call or employed, or sometimes it will only be they can only select the one that has answered the best. And then the pre-employment checks. So these are the checks that they are going to do. So the pre-employment checks, number 1 is reference check, criminal check, credit check, qualification, medical check. So there are 5. 2, 4, 5. So there are 5. So you must be able to remember those 5, guys. It's normally the pre-employment checks can be asked by the examiner. What are the pre-employment checks? And then you need to highlight that you are checking a reference if the person is being real about who they say they are. And then criminal checks, do they have any criminal records? Credit checks, is this person in debt? So they check your credit score, guys. They check your credit score. So ensure your credit score is healthy, because if your credit score is bad, you will be a red flag to the establishment, because it will tell us that you might be in a desperate situation, which is someone who's desperate tends to not be loyal to the establishment. So we won't hire such person. So qualification, we are checking your qualifications. Medical check, are you fit? Are you not sick? And if you are sick, what diseases or what congenital diseases or deficiencies you have. So the second last point is the types of employment tests. So these are the tests that we are going to be assigned. These are the tests that will be given to you to see if you are fit for the employment. So the first one, ability test. The ability test is me saying, chop the onion. I want to see, can you chop the onion? So that's do you have the ability to chop the onion? Or do you have the ability to prepare a chicken? Or do you have the ability to clean the floor? So we are checking your abilities. Personality test. We are checking your personality. We are specifically focusing on your personality, the type of person you are. Are you someone who's vocal? Are you someone who's quiet? Are you outspoken? We want to know your personality. And then the interest test is, are you interested in these things? Are you eager to further your career here? Do you have any interest, or you are just seeking for employment just to get salary? You are not necessarily eager for the establishment. So performance test, it's, are you motivated? We will be checking your motivation levels, how you do things. You seem active, or you seem like a tired person. So these are the type of employment test that will be given to you. So the final part, induction program should include. What induction program should include? So these are the benefits of induction processes. So I think I skipped the benefits of an induction processes, which is it's different from the induction program, what the induction program should include. So please write the benefits of induction processes. I think I skipped it, so my bad, guys. Please write the benefits of induction processes. So the first point under the benefits of induction processes, it reduces stress and anxiety associated with starting a new job. So it helps a new worker in relaxing, in reducing stress. And then number 2 is that it increases workplace safety. It will increase workplace safety by you being confident to know you don't have to do things in a rush. It can increase retention rate. So how you show up. So it can increase your retention rate. Not being it allows you not to hold yourself. So it allows you to be vocal, to speak when something wrong is happening. And then it can enhance employee and employer relationship. So it creates a good relationship between employer and employees. So for instance, my employees can communicate with me, so it allows me to better communicate with my employees. You and your boss would you would say, oh, your boss treats you good, right? For the reason why you're going to say that your boss treats you good is because how they treat you. And then the last one is it increases productivity. So once I treat you good, once you are motivated to always come to work, you always want to do things the correct way. No one would want to say, even if it doesn't, you don't fully cook it, go save it. So no, things won't be done in that manner. So productivity means everyone is on their best ability to produce the best service to our customers. So guys, we have come to the end of the video. Ensure that you subscribe, you turn on that notification bell, and if you have any questions regarding our tutoring services, the flyers will be plugged at the end of the video. And ensure you join our free WhatsApp group chat. It's there on the link on our profile, so just join. And yeah, see you guys in the next video.